I was fortunate enough to have as my parents Alan L. Code Sr. and Sedalia Blassingame Code. Both of them were educators. Both of them were involved in our church. Both of them were involved in our community. So I got to watch my parents interact into a larger scene of just our community, but the broader community. And for me, being prepared to be involved in it at a higher level was important. After people got a chance to know me and I got a chance to know them and interact, I hope mutual respect grew from all of that, and positions of leadership within those organizations became available to me because other people decided I could handle that at that time in my life. For me, it wasn't about being the first. I was just trying to be an effective leader at the position that I held, and others saw something that they chose to put me at the head of the table. I go back to my childhood in terms of the opportunity. My father joined the Republican Party in 1960 when most people of color were Democrats. And I couldn't understand why he chose to make that decision. And I said, Daddy, you've been a Democrat all your life and it seems like the principles were more suited for you He said, Merl, sometimes decisions are made that affect you, but you were not considered. No one was in the room to give your point of view. And I have decided that I'm going to be in the room. That I learned from my daddy, you need to be in the room to affect change. I had been involved with the Chamber for a number of years, and they asked me to head up an organization called Program for Prosperity. All it was attempting to get relationships between the broader business community and the minority community so we could do business together, get to know one another. One of the strongest programs in the Greenville Chamber is called Minority Business Accelerator, which is the afterglow, if you will, of that program that I started 30 years ago. There has been, in my view, an attempt to demonize diversity, equity, and inclusion. And for folks like me, that makes no sense. There are forces that are entering South Carolina and other places that have seemed to try to dilute, if you will, people working together to affect change. And for me, that is scary. Over 2,800 citizens of this state have been involved in the Diversity Leadership Institute. That includes legislators, business folk, community leaders, nonprofit leaders, all to understand how we work together as a state. We need our voices to be heard. How does equity, how does fairness, how does inclusion become this threatening thing to society? We need to make certain that we grow South Carolina. If you look at our history, since 2003, DLI became into place. So over the last 20-something years, we have grown. The world is watching what we do in this state. I'm excited because if you watch the direction of our state over the last 20 years, we're on the incline. Folks are moving here, companies are coming here. We have something to offer, but we have to have an organization where people are involved in the growth of our state. And that means all kinds of people are involved in leadership roles and support roles. Principal leadership is your value system. What is it that you believe in? And are you willing to stand behind what you believe in? For me, principal leadership is to include other people into your decision-making process. For me, principal leadership means I want to make sure you have a chance to rise in your community to the talents that you have been given, to the abilities that you have, will not be thwarted by anything other than you. You have the ability to grow in this state based upon your God-given talent.